they were facing many issues. It was trash, graffiti, it was dark.
We would find sofas and chairs and mattresses and bottles in the car, beer bottles and liquor bottles in the carports.
And people afraid to communicate each other about the issues they were facing, afraid, to having children playing outside and to let the neighbor that something was wrong. They feel afraid to call the police to report all those issues. They feel afraid to talk to the property owners to report the things that happened before in the apartments because they are immigrants.
On February 14th, Valentine's Day, a realtor came to my door and told me that the house I have been living in for 31 years had been put on the market and I had 60 days to vacate the premises. I called apartment complexes from East Palo Alto to Daly City. The rent was either too high and I couldn't afford it, or there was a 3 to 5 year waiting list.
2009, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and it wasn't until 2011 that's when I started experiencing trouble walking. I felt so helpless. I always found myself apologizing to my mom and my husband, and I would get emotional at times because it was really hard. It was tough, sorry. And as a mother, you want to be there for your kids. You want to do as much as you can. And because of your living circumstances, you can't.
The city's Community Development Block Grant Program helps to fund projects and programs that improve the quality of life of San Mateo's most vulnerable residents and neighborhoods. Each year, nearly $1 million in federal grant funding is provided to assist qualifying residents and neighborhoods through partnerships with the city and nonprofit service organizations. This money stays local and directly benefits those who need it most.
Rebuilding Together Peninsula is a nonprofit organization that repairs homes for low-income homeowners and community facilities in low-income neighborhoods. We do this work with the support of thousands of volunteers and generous community sponsors, as well as government funders like the City of San Mateo and HUD Community Development Block Grant Funds.
We had the second Harvest Food Bank that they said, we would like to participate in this neighborhood. We would like to provide things that they need. And then we said, if you are coming to the meeting and you sign the sign-in sheet, you are registered to get food from the second Harvest Food Bank. And we had 50 people come in the first meeting and said, yes. I had an idea on having a cleanup day on Real Hell neighborhood. And we invite them to remove the old things they don't use anymore in the apartments that they have in the garage full of garbage. Removing them without paying, it was a big opportunity for them and them after having a barbecue.
I look at what the police, the gang task force, PCRC, code enforcement, what they're doing there and what they're accomplishing there is tremendous.
I went to Samaritan House, I talked to a social worker, and I had to write a letter as to why I needed support, and a Samaritan House helped me.
Samaritan House is the lead core service agency for over 12,000 low-income residents locally. We provide food, shelter, clothing, health care, financial assistance, counseling, and advocacy.
CDBG funding is also used to improve neighborhood parks and recreation centers, to install curb cuts, replace streets and sidewalks, and address nuisance issues. These are the projects that make neighborhoods better and improve the quality of life for its residents.
Samaritan House does an excellent job, not only helping with rent, but they have a pantry there. And they have a clothes closet for the kids, and I have used that, and it's a lifesaver.
We have a partnership that's very strong with the City of San Mateo, and And through its CDBG, Community Development Block Grant, we're actually able to provide the very services that Maisie received and many others: food, shelter, clothing, again, access to all sorts of resources they need to break the cycle of poverty.
If I hadn't connected with Samaritan House, I would probably be sleeping in my car.
Rogel Court now is a beautiful community working all together.
Good things will happen if you communicate with, whether it's an owner or the police. Good things happen when you communicate, and if you don't, things can never be solved if you don't communicate. And now I feel like they can talk to people and not fear.
And we are trying to provide trainings, about leadership, communication, facilitation, all those skills that they need. Maybe next year they can do by themselves. They can create all the things they would like to see in the neighborhood by themselves.
Things that we never thought could be done in our home, it has been done, and everything is accessible for me, and it's made me a lot happier, it's made my family happier, it's brought us closer.
Our staff and our volunteers, everybody takes these projects very personally because we're all part of the same community and we all want to help one another. And that's really what Rebuilding Together is all about.
I couldn't believe it, like people that didn't even know me, but they saw that I needed help, they had willing hearts to come in and help. And what they did for our family will it didn't only impact us for just that one day, but it will always have a long-lasting effect, forever.
Since 1976, the city's CDBG program has provided almost $40 million to the San Mateo community and has formed lasting relationships with those we help. Together, significant improvements have been made, whether in individual home repair, strengthening a specific neighborhood, or helping a service provider fund needed programs. Each year we hold a community needs meeting and invite you, our residents, to share your concerns and ideas so we can shape our program to focus on the areas that are most important to you. The city's CDBG program has made a substantial difference throughout the community, and we want to keep our programs strong.